Happy Sunday. I'm feeling better this morning. Still inside recuperating, so I'll be ready to travel. But I want to show what's going on in the front yard. I've talked a little bit about strawberries and how they're like a weed and will take over. I planted this one strawberry from one of my plants in the backyard, and it's been putting out runners all season. And see, this is what it does. It puts out runners and they root and they put out more runners and they root and they just keep growing. So this one one strawberry has spread all the way over here, and it's still spreading. And I'm here for it. I'm gonna let it continue to spread. Now I did plant some tulips, so they probably won't come up because of the strawberries. Maybe the ones over there will come up. But I want to tell you, if you want to just start growing something easy, just get a strawberry plant. Put it somewhere where you don't mind it taking over, and then you'll be rewarded year after year. My front yard greens are not doing as well. They're not growing that big. My daylilies, I love lilies. They're perennial like strawberries. They die back and they come back every year. So I have daylilies all around here. Also daylilies over there too. But I'm very proud of my Comfrey. Oh, let me show you the Camellia. I planted Camellia. I talked about that earlier this season. Camellia makes tea, and it's a cooler weather plant. So I had two. I had one here. It didn't survive the heat. I risked it by doing that. But look at it. It's starting to bloom now that the temperatures have dropped. So I can make tea. I also planted Comfrey, and these are the gigantic leaves finally coming up. Comfrey is great as an organic fertilizer. You can, put it in water and feed it that way, let it soak, or you can just chop it up and drop it. And it's really good for the birds. So I have Comfrey on both sides. Now my grapes, they're dying back, so I'm gonna cut them down to the ground to be ready for the spring. But I'm very happy to see the Comfrey coming up because nothing was happening for months, and now all of a sudden I have these giant leaves. Comfrey will grow gigantic and take over too, so that would be something healthy I can give my birds as well as my plants. All right, I need to get back inside. Nose is starting to run from being outside. This is one of my newest pear trees I planted this year too. I love pears, so I have at least, I think I have 4 pear trees around my yard. This is Old Faithful pear tree. Since I'm showing this, I might as well go to the other side of the yard and show the other fruit trees. Now, I'm very proud of this plant too. This is a throwback from San Antonio. I grew up, there were Japanese plum trees everywhere. And as a little kid, we would just go through and pick the fruit off. It was, people would plant them in their front yards and pick the fruit out. So I have 2 here that I got from San Antonio. I dug up little seedlings and I planted them together. And I'm just gonna have to prune them so that they stay well. This is Olivia's rose that's blooming. I deadheaded. I learned that this year you take the spent blooms off and more blooms will come. And so it's beautiful. It's doing exceedingly well. This is my 5-fruit apple tree. So it will have Honeycrisp, Granny Smith, McIntosh, Gala, and Liberty. Apples need a tree to help it ripen, so this was the best bet for me in the small space to have multiple grafts of an apple tree on one, so that way I'll have multiple fruits. And this is another pear. This is a peach, and then this should be a plum. Yes, that's a plum. So I've been watching videos. I planted them this closely. Oh, this is my Old Faithful fig tree, and I planted another one on the other side in the backyard. But what I'm going to do is keep these pruned down to no taller than 6 feet. I've been watching videos on YouTube about backyard orchard culture that talks about that we don't need to have plant trees, fruit trees grow giant like they do, at commercial places, because we're not selling it. We're just having it for ourselves to eat. So as long as I continue to prune it to get no taller, I'm 5'4", so no taller than the reach of my hand, and don't let them spread real wide, then I'll have enough fruit for me, Oliver, and to share with my neighbors without taking up the additional space. All right, thank you for coming to my garden early this morning. I was hoping to go to church today, but I need to go get back in the bed. Y'all have a wonderful day.